Your Excellency, Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, President of the Republic, the United Republic of Tanzania, Your Excellency, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Deogratius Nejembi, Honorable Minister of Energy, and other colleague ministers present, our technical leadership of our petroleum agencies, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon to us all. We have been witnessing one of the most profound events in our region. Our sister nations have agreed to undertake something very profound. Your Excellencies, for a long time, you have advocated for developing a united Africa, for common interests, and for common trade. Whereas we can talk a lot about those things, action speaks louder. And we are greatly privileged today to be witnesses to this step, which is a gigantic step towards development, a joint development, which has been agreed on with our sister nations, that we will work together. And we are going to partner with the private sector. And in that line, I want to congratulate Vitol for joining our two states to bring our dream and to make it a reality. Your Excellencies, energy, petroleum, and minerals development stands at the heart of development of most African states and at the unity that we have agreed and demonstrated today. The projects we jointly advance are not merely infrastructure projects. They are very strategic instruments for our industrialization, which is the logical step where Africa is moving to deepen the industrialization so that we can create the jobs that our young population needs. We can build trade which is meaningful. As we produce, we can have the logistics to not only support one another in our logistics, but to also provide our populations with access to the products that we are making. Your Excellencies, permit me to just make a few remarks beyond what my colleague has said. Beyond the ECOP project, which we have successfully brought to conclusion, and I believe that we are going to successfully execute and operate, which has really demonstrated what we can do together. We have a number of other projects that we are working on and in different steps. My counterpart mentioned the pipeline, the bidirectional pipeline for refined products, which we are working on together again, and the feasibility and front-end engineering design studies for the storage terminal are ongoing and scheduled to be completed this year. Once operational, that infrastructure will guarantee a strategic supply for both countries. But I also want to highlight the natural gas pipeline from Tanzania to Uganda. The feasibility studies for this project are in advanced stages and is expected to be concluded also by October 2026. And these projects demonstrate when you have a prior project, a pathfinder like ECOP, it has opened a way for us to know how to work together successfully. And I believe that the oncoming projects are going to take shorter time. We are going to discuss quicker. We are going to negotiate more smoothly, and we'll find partners very easily because the two nations have defined the common interests. As I conclude, I would also like to highlight some other non-petroleum projects that we are working on. The Uganda-Tanzania 400 kV interconnector project, which is also in plan. This critical transmission link of electricity from Wobulenzi, Masaka, Mutukula to Mwanza will raise power exchange capacity, strengthening the Eastern African power pool and opening pathways to the Southern Africa power pool. On the Ugandan side, negotiations with the World Bank were concluded in March 2026, and the bank board approved USD 250 million in financing in June 2026. We hope the financing arrangement on our sister state, the United Republic of Tanzania side, can be concluded with the World Bank so that financial close can be achieved and construction can commence. We welcome this Tanga hub, not just a refinery, but our energy hub. This project, which is intended to process crude oil from multiple sources, including East African community, is critical to addressing the energy security of the region. On the other hand, I want to re-emphasize that Uganda, we are advancing the development of a small refinery, which is inland 60,000 barrels per day, with potential for expansion. Therefore, this hub is complementary. We are fully committed to participating in the refinery at the hub. Working with my counterpart from here, I believe that we are going to work expeditiously. And our principals, we want to assure you that we'll facilitate this process and keep you updated such that we are able to fast track these projects. The next steps now, and we'll work again with, I'll work with my counterpart here, for us to think deeper and define further these projects. What value will be retained within our national economies? We need to make sure that we are mining these and not trading them as commodities, but we are extracting the deeper value, the additional secondary and tertiary industries that should come up, the knowledge economy that we need to build. We needed to know how many high-skilled jobs in engineering, operations, maintenance, laboratory analysis, and management will be taken up by our people. What level of local content and supply chain development will be achieved? Because when the oil has now started coming out from the ground, there is more to talk about than just the pipeline, than just the welding, than just the laying. There is a lot that we must talk about. What are the industrial and downstream linkages that should cascade in our two states? The project should consider petrochemical development and work ahead of time how our own people should be trained, skilled, and build capacity to participate in this, in bitumen for road construction, the fuel for manufacturing, mining, and agriculture, and any other industries that come from downstream. Energy security, that includes security of supply of petroleum products, is a key economic development catalyst for any nation. Uganda, we are landlocked, or rather, we are land-linked. We have realized there are many, many opportunities when you are land-linked. And so we are convinced that this can be attained through continued cooperation, especially between the East African Community member states. The government of Uganda has therefore invested in the Kenya Pipeline Company, and we are in the process of acquiring storage terminal in Mombasa, as well planning to work with the government of Kenya to build a petroleum products pipeline from the Kenyan western town of Eldoret to Kampala. We continue to work with both the governments of Kenya and the government of Tanzania to address efficiencies at the key gateways into our region, Dar es Salaam and Mombasa ports. We are convinced that our continued collaboration under the auspices of the East African Community will facilitate the region's ambitious economic growth. Your Excellencies, I appreciate the support the Tanzanian government has extended to ensure a number of trade barriers are eliminated to support the progress on the different projects we are implementing. The full economic value of these energy investments will only be realized if we remove the remaining barriers to trade between our two countries. Efficient cross-border movement of goods and services is essential. Removing such barriers will lower the cost of doing business, accelerate project implementation, and unlock greater industrial and commercial opportunities for businesses and citizens of our states. Your Excellencies, these projects demonstrate that we can work better, more efficiently when we cooperate and work together. I therefore reaffirm the unwavering commitment of the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development in Uganda to work closely with our counterparts in Tanzania, the private sector partners, and the development financiers to bring every project to successful completion and sustainable operation. May this state visit further cement the excellent relations between our two countries and accelerate the realization of these shared aspirations. May God bless our nations, bless our Jumuiya, and may God bless us. For God and my country, I beg to submit, Your Excellencies.